Texas, their teachers' retirement system just changed their accounting methods. So they're predicting they're going to invest in the future on disability, pensions, expenses like that. But at the same time, people are living older as healthcare improves. So it's possible some of those improvements are only on paper.
Yeah, and Texas's financial statement says it would only take $700 from every resident to pay off the state's debt. But truth in accounting's number is higher. Why is that?
Well, there's a few reasons. Pretty much every state in America has a law that says their budget has to be balanced. So to pull that off, sometimes they'll kind of overestimate their revenues a bit, underestimate their expenses, and that leads to some numbers that aren't always so accurate. So, for example, in Texas, their pension investments, they don't account for how those change with the market. Like the same way a stock goes up and down or your 401k goes up and down, so does all this money they have invested to pay pensions to their employees in the future. But that's not accounted for in their financial statements, and it makes the debt a bit worse when you include it.
Yeah, before the break, we were talking about other states with this report. So how does Texas compare to other states?
So Texas is right smack in the middle. We're ranked number 24 out of all 50 states. But there's a lot of other states in a better situation. There's 23 states that have enough money to pay off all their bills and would still be able to give taxpayers back some money if they wanted to. That includes Louisiana, Oklahoma, some other states right nearby. So it's not quite as bad as the Northeast. Over in New Jersey, Connecticut, they need about $42,000 from each person to pay off their debt. But Texas is definitely far from perfect.
And we know the state debt is only a part of the story. How's the financial situation in Texas's local governments?
Yeah, the cities are where it gets a lot worse. So if you look at Texas's 10 biggest cities, they need an extra $9,000 from every person to pay off their debt. Boston is the second worst on those rankings. San Antonio's at the top. That's partially just because of Texas's political system, right? When you have a Republican governor, a lot of times that gives more power back to local governments and cities. But when you have as many big cities as you do in Texas, that gives each one the chance to really rack up their bills if they're not careful with their budget. We know in Austin this summer, we just passed the biggest budget in the city's history. So that's something we'll have to keep monitoring.
Yeah, definitely have to keep checking the books there. Always great information you share with us, Jeremy. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
And you can find all of Jeremy's reports at openthebooks.com.